Hello family and friends, real quick video today. We've been talking about some of our tropical plants that we are adding to the garden, and today we're going to talk about the cassava. We got cassava plants from our friend Dan at Dan Permaculture Food Forest. He is generous. I believe we ordered 6 and we got 10. So we got extras and we have already potted them up. And we're going to do a little bit of an experiment this year. We have potted the cassava. We have 2 outside. We have 1 inside because cassava is one of those plants that you can grow indoors, but we're not going to keep it indoors. What we're going to do is we're going to put 1 cassava plant in our greenhouse to overwinter. We're going to put 1 cassava plant inside our garage to overwinter. Our garage is not technically heated, but it does get some ambient heat from the house, which keeps it a little warmer than outside. And we're going to keep 1 cassava plant down in the sapper cave so that it will hopefully survive the winter in there. And the 2 that are in the greenhouse and the garage will overwinter also. Cassava will not tolerate freezing temperatures at all. We keep our greenhouse at about 40 degrees during the winter. We may even keep it a little bit warmer this coming winter, maybe 45-ish, 50-ish, just depending on how much it affects our electric bill. But all the cassava that we have planted has started to come up. We have 3 cuttings in these 2 pots, and you can see that they are springing up. And the ones that are inside, I'll show you a quick clip of those. So one of our pots with our cuttings in it is inside the house, and we've got 3 cuttings in here, and it looks like at least one of them, this may be 2. Yep, this is 2 of the cuttings have already started springing up. There's 1 cutting here, there's 1 here that we don't have anything yet, and then there's 1 in this area which we've got growth from already. So we're gonna see how these 3 do come next summer. So we will try to do at least 1 more update on the cassava when we get ready to move the 2 outside ones into our greenhouse and our garage. And then we'll come back next spring when it warms up and the threat of frost is gone. We'll move all the cassavas outside into the garden and let them mature so that we can hopefully get tubers, and we'll show how we cook with cassava at that point, if we have tubers at that point, which I think we will. So it's really warm outside here today, so I'm gonna go inside, sit down and chat for a few minutes and close this quick video out. So much better than that 90-degree heat out there. So cassava is something we have not grown before, but we do cook with it fairly often. We use it a lot like we would use a regular potato. We boil it, we add it to soups, things like that. Cassava cannot be eaten raw. There are some toxins that are removed by cooking, and it stores fairly well. I don't think it stores as long as potatoes, but we don't plan on having large quantities that we think we can store over the winter. And hopefully, once we see how this does this year, we can get into a cycle of starting and growing it from cuttings, much like our friend Dan did with the cuttings he sent us. He grew those on his own homestead, so we know we can trust what he's growing. And we don't have a lot of pests and diseases we have to worry about in our area, but the cassava does have some that come along with it that we'll watch out for, and we'll just see how this goes. If we see that they do well for us in the 3 methods that we're trying out, growing indoors, down in the sapper cave, overwintering in the greenhouse, and overwintering in the garage, if those methods work, hopefully we can get in a cycle so that we can start the cassava at different points during the year so that we have a more continuous supply of it when we do want to harvest some to cook. And I asked my wife how to pronounce cassava, what they call it in the Philippines, and she told me I'm still gonna butcher it, but I've got it up on my screen. We'll see how close I can get. Kamoting kahoy.
Kamoting kahoy.
Probably not as close as I thought, but we're going to give cassava a shot. It can be used for other things. We cook with cassava flour, several other uses that we'll try to talk about a little bit more. I always have to research the plants that we're growing, but we'll look at some of the other potential uses for it. I know you can make it into an alcoholic beverage, which I've not done and probably won't do, but it's nice to know that it has that potential if we do get large enough harvest from it. So it's a real quick video talking about one of our tropical plants, the cassava, which is also called yucca, Y-U-C-A. And we'll try to keep doing a few more of these so that we can show you the East meets West in our household, where we bring together the Philippines, Southeast Asia, and American culture. So on behalf of the family here at Essayons Family Garden, this is Rob, the Sapper Gardener, saying God bless our great nation America, and God bless you wherever you reside around the world. Take care. Sapper out.